Welcome to another show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say one thing that I have absolutely no interest in is war. I need you to listen to this for yourself and
You have to
you make
understand
up
that
your own mind.
the Ukrainian defense minister last month just straight out said that Ukraine is a de facto member of NATO, that the Ukrainian army is a proxy NATO force, and that Ukraine's willing to sacrifice its blood, but it must receive the equipment from NATO in order to carry out these tasks. So, by his own definition, which then was, you could say, well, that's just an irresponsible, over-enthusiastic Ukrainian official. Then you back it up with the meeting of the Ramstein contact group on January 20th, where all of the defense ministers of NATO and other nations who aren't NATO, like Sweden and Finland and such, got together and, without exception, articulated a similar, theory of their involvement. That this is about a NATO war with Russia. The German foreign minister just said it straight up to her European colleagues. Germany is at war with Russia. Let's be clear. Russia has every legal right to attack any place in Europe that is involved in the transfer of these weapons to Ukraine. By agreeing to transfer these weapons to Ukraine, every nation that has said, yes, this is what we're going to do, has become an active participant in the conflict. And under the laws of war, Russia can take them out. Now, here's the good news. Russia's simply putting a marker down and saying, you've just increased our target depth. We can do this. But Russia has been managing escalation from the very beginning. And the last thing Russia wants is to turn this into not just a de facto, but a de jure conflict between NATO and Russia, because now it's nuclear war and it's over. So I don't see, at least in this iteration, Russia reaching out and touching Polish logistics centers, German railheads, Spanish tunnels. I don't see that happening because Russia doesn't need to do that. Russia's winning this war, hands down. And Russia's going to win this war, hands down. But Russia is letting NATO know that if by some strange set of occurrences, all this equipment showed up in Ukraine, and the Ukrainians were able to assemble a mailed fist that threatened Crimea or anything else, that it's game set over. I mean, Russia will open up and unleash everything they have on NATO because NATO is an active participant in this conflict. And again, if you take a look at Russian nuclear doctrine, one of the conditions for the use of nuclear weapons is if NATO or a NATO-like entity assembles sufficient conventional military power that threatens the existential survival of Russia. So what NATO is seeking to do, they're not going to accomplish it, but what they're seeking to do is give Ukraine the ability to act as a NATO proxy to threaten the existential survival of Russia, which means Russia, if this actually occurred, would use nuclear weapons, not on Ukraine. They've said it straight up. This isn't going to be a tactical nuclear weapon against Ukraine. They're going to hit NATO. They're going to hit London. They're going to hit Berlin. They're going to hit Paris. They're going to hit Brussels. They're going to hit Madrid. They're going to hit Lisbon. Hey, Portugal, good job. You just made yourself a nuclear target. This is the reality. Now, again, the good news is Russia's winning this war, and they're going to win this war. Russia's ready for this. They're prepared for this. But politically, this is an escalation. And imagine, put yourself in Russia's shoes. What NATO is saying is they want to kill Russians. They want to kill Russians. This isn't some mathematical game with tanks and steel and all this kind of stuff. It's not a computer game. This is reality. Now, I've said that what all they're doing is actually enabling Russia to slaughter more Ukrainians. That's the truth. But
I'm just going to show you the countries that are part of NATO, just for added context. There's 30 of them. I hope you can see this entire list. Pull it a little bit higher. And I'll scroll back down. So, as I said, I don't know anybody that's interested in nuclear war. I certainly am not. I am hoping and praying that it comes to an end, because all out war that becomes nuclear, that's not something anybody wants to see. And I don't know if you notice on this list. Do you notice who's not on this list? Can you think of the country I'm thinking about that has nuclear weapons? China. So you know if that happens, China gets involved. You know that, right? Stay tuned for more. Let's see what happens. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course share it with everyone you know. We don't want nuclear war. Anybody in their right mind wouldn't want nuclear war. I'm just saying. I'm out. Peace.